Before this interview ends,
Right.
is there anything else you were not asked? Fans want to know? People want to know? Is there anything you want to address while you're here? Anything else you didn't get a chance to mention you'd like to mention now?
Um, just in case anybody, is wondering, and this is not, I know people, just since it's like a, a new light, and just in my situation as an executive and transforming into an artist, I just want to let people know, like, I understand, like, sometimes, people want to put you in a box, in a context, like, like how they told Kanye he's just a producer, they told Jay-Z he wasn't good enough to be an artist, and and you could see a lot of people might feel like, yo, you're winning as an executive or a manager or whatever while you're trying to be an artist. I just want to let everybody know is that, like, yo, you got one life to live, and regardless if it's not towards me or what you, don't put yourself in a box and don't restrain yourself. Even if it's something you want to do or something you have love for, you may be a truck driver, you may be a teacher, you may be a basketball player or athlete or whatever you're doing, you feel me? And you may have other things you want to do. Don't limit yourself to one thing because that's what you feel like you're winning at. Because the same way you're winning at this, you never know how you're gonna win at your next at whatever else you're doing. So I just want to definitely kind of put that message out there only because, like, I've been seeing some people may want to do certain things and not want to do certain things, and maybe I'm breaking the mold for certain executives and that may want to do certain things. Yo, do it. Like, don't let nobody like, conform you into no box. Like, you're supposed to be great, so be great.
Anything else?
Nah, and shout out to everybody. Worked on Mercury. Shout out to all the artists that, shout out to my team, my staff, my support system. And shout out to all the media outlets, all the playlists, everybody that supported it. It means a lot to me. Like, just coming from getting shot and just coming from a dark situation and still facing a real crazy situation with Melly and things. It's just good to have that type of energy and seeing that people, like, really supporting and showing love. So
When it comes to Mercury, can you explain that title and its meaning?
right, so Mercury, like, to me, is basically the state of mind I was in when I was working on this project. And I did my research, you feel me? And I seen that Mercury is one of the planets, like, I guess at night it gets really, really cold. Like, it is the closest to the sun. I just found that out too, because I thought it was furthest from the sun. But so in the daytime it get really hot, but at night it gets the opposite. And one day in Mercury kind of like feel like a year. Like, you feel me? That's how, like, it slowly turns. So that's why I think it's able to be that type of conditions. So Mercury to me is just like being in a position where success and feeling like you have the most, you ever had financially, and you winning at what you do, but then you going through real hardship, like getting shot for the first time, losing a companion, a brother, and an artist, dealing with incarceration with another artist, and feeling like you at your worst when you're supposed to be at your best. And that's where the title come from. And I kind of like drive the Mercury factor of just being super cold, being, not no life in it, just basically a habit, it's a place where there's no life in it. It's just a dark, cold place at night. So I just felt like that, and it came through my music. But it's also, just like there's night and day and the sun and shine, there's not always bad times. So I incorporated the good things, certain lifestyle, the things that I'm proud of, certain things that made me happy, even if it's jewelry, fashion, or success. And I incorporated the hustle and the grind and the pain and made it Mercury.
Was this a title that you created or someone coined for you?
No, it's the title I created. I was going through that for real. I just had to find something to kind of be my, like, therapy. And I came up with that name Mercury. And I even dyed my hair gray, to go with the whole how Mercury looked. And it was just it was a whole, like, life experience. And so I came up with it.
Care to share the color of your hair
Right
today?
now?
Yeah.
Oh, right now I'm not on Mercury mode. Mercury's out fully. You feel me? So I just went Super Saiyan mode. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at Hitmaker fused with DJ Khaled. fused with you know what I'm saying? Damn, I forgot what I said. DJ Khaled, Hitmaker, fused with who's the last person, bro? You remember the last person I said? Hitmaker, DJ Khaled. It was one more. And 100K track at this point. Boom. So you know what I'm saying? Cause basically, right, with me writing music, me putting music together on some DJ Khaled type stuff, you feel me? And QC. So basically, right now, I'm a fusion of hitmaker, writing my music, writing content, DJ Khaled, putting A&R and skills together, and QC, because I'm usually uplifting my artists that's on my roster with my projects. And when I fused, I got the gold hair, and it made Gold Track. You heard of Goku and Gold Tanks? I'm Gold Track. So right now, I'm on that. You feel me? I'm on go for everything.
Now, when it comes to getting shot,
Right.
and that's the only time you've ever been shot?
First time, last
Okay.
time. God willing, for sure. Horrible feeling.
You've spoke about it publicly, but I don't know if you've been asked this question. Now, this question I'm about to ask, if you've already been asked this, then we can skip it. We're done. But if not, would like to know what your answer is. For someone watching this that's never been shot by a gun before,
Right.
what does that actually feel like?
It felt like hot fire, like going through your body, and then you feel like a shock, you know what I'm saying, through your brain. And I was on adrenaline, so at first, like, you feel it, but you don't really, you know what I'm saying, you don't really feel it because you blood pumping. And then after a couple hours and stuff, you know, blood coming out, your body, like my leg completely got numb and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of afraid that I was losing feeling in my toes and things like that. I didn't know what was going to happen. So it's a scary situation, scary moment. And you don't really, once you get shot and things like that, you know, you're in pain, but your adrenaline's still pumping. The next day or couple hours, bruh, that's one of the worst pains ever. That painkillers, freaking everything you could imagine, like everything. Like that's what I needed. I don't know about y'all because I can't take pain, but one of the worst feelings. I wouldn't wish that on my enemy or nobody. You feel me?
A little bit more detail on the feeling.
Right.
Do you feel the bullet pierce your body at all, or is it just that
it's like a sensor. So it happens. You just feel it. You feel me? Man, but look, I got shot in my leg, and he went straight through. But I didn't get shot nowhere else, so I don't know how that feeling is. But that feeling was like a sharp feeling, like quick. I'm like, oh damn, what the fuck?
Now, was it hot in the area you got shot, or was it a hot sensation throughout your entire body at some point? So was it just in that leg wound?
It was more than that leg wound.
Okay.
Right. Because the shell, you know, that thing hot. You gotta pierce your skin.
Were you under the influence of any drugs during that time when you were shot? That moment there?
I can't recall. And honest truth, like, with so much stuff going on, I plead the fifth.
And the perspective of that question was if you were under the influence of a drug, was to see if that may have contributed, hypothetically speaking, to less pain when the incident occurred.
I'm going to have to plead the fifth on that, too, because then that would insinuate if I did or wasn't. So, sorry! Catch you on the next episode. I plead the fifth.
Okay.
That's crazy. I haven't skipped no questions and no interviews but that. But the only reason why I'm saying I plead the fifth, because that was a year ago, and honestly, it was Vaughn's album release party for Welcome to Old Block. So it was drinking, you know what I'm saying? I don't really recall if I was like doing anything else that I would be doing in my personal, private life. So that's why I picked the Fifth. But definitely hurt like hell. For real.
I just wanted to provide some context on the reason why I was asking that.
Right.
Okay. And for time reference, it's March 2022 now. Anything else?
Man, shout out to everybody that's supporting, you know what I'm saying, rocking out with the whole count. If you support any of my artists, Melly, Hot Boy, Vaughn, appreciate you, love you. Feel me? A lot of different people have narratives and this and that. Cool, no hard feelings. I ain't tripping on nothing. Live your life, think what you want to think, get your money. But for the ones rocking with 100K, rocking with Track, man, I really appreciate you, man. Dream for this lifestyle, pray God for this. And due to certain situations, a lot of people that I work with may not be able to be, you know what I'm saying, fully enjoying they labors and their fruits and stuff. So, you know, I'm blessed. I'm here to enjoy mine. And shout out to everybody that's rocking with me, you feel me? 100K for life. You did.